Hello, welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time. My name's Kasha and this is a strong and stable little exercise session to help us get upright in our posture, especially good if you feel you've been sitting in the chair a lot. Maybe your body feels like it's starting to take the shape of the chair. So it can help work on our posture. Maybe you can weave some of these activities into your day, like little snacks of activity. So first of all, we'll start with a little warm-up, bit of a march on the spot. Now, I'm going to do about 6 exercises. First of all, I'll do them all sitting in the chair. That might be enough for you. Or then you can join me and I'll do them all standing up. You can change to either option at any stage. So while we're getting warmed up here, we're talking about posture and getting out of our chair, try and sit up actively if you can, rather than leaning into the back of your chair. So often when you're sitting, the ribs start to kind of melt down into your belly. So feel you get that upward lift here and a nice open chest. Shoulders back and down rather than slouch forward. And watch if you tend to kind of jut your head forward. Just feel the chin is nice and stacked. So if your spine is a ladder, use all of your zest and zing from your insides to lift up that ladder and stay nice and upright. So marching a little bit more vigorously if that feels okay for you, swinging the arms a bit as we start warming up, moving the body a little bit more. And if you haven't considered how your breath is helping with that recently, take a nice big breath in. And out, and we'll do one more of those. Every time you breathe in, almost feel like, or imagine your lungs are filling up to help keep you nice and lifted through the torso. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Good tip that, isn't it? Okay, now we're going to slow the march down a little bit. So if you're doing any of the standing already, just keep an eye on your balance, stay close to the chair. And we're going to start reaching the arm out. So from a march, this is becoming our second exercise with long arm reaches. And instead of a march, can you try it as a leg extension? Everything we do today, make sure you're not moving to anything that causes a sensation of pain. And if I'm ever going too fast, either just watch or go at your own pace once you've got the hang of it. Okay, so leg extension, extending the leg and extending the arm. When we're sitting back in the chair, have you gone back already or are you still up? When we're sitting back, we're not getting so much of those nice long reaches through the arms and legs, so good to add in a little bit of that. Can you take the arms a little bit wider? And now I said arms, didn't I? So see if you can do both arms. Go out on a diagonal and then pull back in. So these lovely long arm reaches, each time you pull the elbows back in, feel that extra little lift up with your chest. Nice strong work through the back of the body to keep you upright. Could you do the leg going out on a bit of an angle as well? Because we don't always, in everyday life, do everything just completely forwards and backwards. We do little twists and turns and sideways movements. So bringing a little bit of that in, which doesn't happen when you're slouching back in the chair. I can definitely feel my arms and shoulders warming up. If you're getting any discomfort there, it's not feeling right, just let your arms have a rest. Go to the movement that your shoulders will allow today. Let's just do one more of those outwards and in. And then we're going to change it to a cross. So join in when you feel you're ready. Leave your legs still if you need. So my elbows are coming across the body and then going wide. And I'm going to try now and go across the body with the leg. Just a little pass of a football. Use your imagination as you please there. Just feel the leg coming with the foot in front of the other one. And if you can, alternate which arm goes in front. So you're not always doing the same one. And the arms pull right back, elbows in, open the chest. How are you going with the sitting upright still? And when we're sitting upright, try and feel that you've got the weight even on both sides of your bottom. If you're not sure, just stop the legs, try and feel that. And adjust if you need, if you were leaning into one side, and off you go again. Okay, let's just do 2 more of these across the body movements. Out and pull back, and then stay still with that, give your arms a rest. And we'll move into our twists now. So I'm just keeping things moving today. You stop whenever you feel you need. One shoulder, forward and back, and then the other. And see how my ribs are staying lifted away from my hips, so I'm not slouching down. And they just slide around from one side to the next. And feel your ribs move side to side. That's it. So the shoulder goes forward, up, back, and down. My ribs turn and my head turns with it. Now, just like you might reach and turn back, like if you're putting a seatbelt on in the car, you could try now that with the same arm going to that side and pull it across. The same arm and pull it across. Okay. Use your imagination a bit with some of these. We're in the car. We have a seatbelt on either side of our body. One more. Nice one. Okay, now keep the twisting. Try the opposite arm. Reach across the body and pull it in. You're still in this unusual car with a seatbelt on both sides. Reach across, pull it in. Good work. How's the sitting tall going? Just keep reminding yourself to climb up your ladder, sitting on top of your sit bones best as you can. Especially when you're twisting, you want to be kind of slouched down and squashed up in your spine when you twist around on it. Couple more of these twists. And then we're going to try a side reach. So pause in the middle. I'm going to reach out to the left with my ribs, maybe add the arm in, and then pull back into the middle. So hold on to the chair with the opposite hand if you need. Just take your time to lean out where you feel steady enough, but you're getting a little bit of work in that side part of your body. So you're reaching out, put something over on the bench, and come back in. A couple more of these side reaches. Each time you come back into the middle, remember that nice open front, open chest, shoulders back, neck lined up with your spine. It might seem like a lot to think about all at once. Really just sitting as tall as you can. Maybe imagining these are thread kind of through the top of your head. One more each side. Great, okay. Now we're going to get up out of our chair with a sit to stand. So, feet in nice and close. Feel the weight steady on both feet. Hold on to the chair if you need, especially on the first one if you're not sure. Keep the chest lifted, push down into your heels, and then slowly come on up to standing. We're going back down again, so push your bottom back. Feel the back of the chair is nice and close for safety, and sink back into the chair, and then do that again. Okay, I'm going to do 3 more, so we make a total of 5. And I'm going to let go of my hands today and just have them in front of me. Makes it a bit harder, so stay holding on to the chair. Use your arms if you need. And do you think I can count all the way to 5? I'm going to stop after this one. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to do them standing now. You're welcome to do and repeat them sitting. Move this chair out of the way. If you're coming up to join me standing, probably stand in behind the chair. So I'll go side on sometimes if that'll help see what I'm doing. And we straight into those exercises again. So, marching on the spot, either in the chair or just here was that first one, wasn't it? Just make that a little bit bigger. So sometimes I'll go front on. That might make a little bit more sense for you to see, but holding the chair is a good option for you, especially if you get any balance issues. And we slowed it down when we were sitting, so if you're trying this standing, just watch your balance here, hold the chair if you need, because it does add quite a balance challenge when you add that hover. Then we started straightening the arm. Yes, straightening the arm. Keep going. I'm just going side on to help demonstrate the next bit, and you can add the leg lift. So straighten the leg out, doesn't have to be far, and you can hold the chair with the opposite hand as you do that. And keep going, and if you sense while you're doing this you're starting to sink down into yourself or slouch down, just really feel that lift up from your feet up, right up through the top of your spine, just as you did so well when we were sitting before. And once you got the hang of that, you could try with the leg and the arms going out the side a little bit. Many of you will need to stay holding on to the chair, but if you could manage both arms, you can try that just with a little leg straightening out the side. Arms reach up and away, and then pull back in. Now, these other little videos I've done over the last few weeks, no one's told me my head has disappeared out the top of the screen of the camera, so hopefully I'm doing right getting the camera angle sorted. We've been wearing lots of different hats lately, trying on these new skills we're needing to adapt to. Okay, so there's your sideways one. What did we do after that? The cross. Try with just one arm, especially if you're needing for balance. So we bring the elbow across the body and then press the heel across the body. So if I'm front on, it'll look something like this. If you can manage for your balance, then you'd use both arms, but only if you feel steady enough. So one leg, keep standing tall. So even though we've not got the risk of slouching back into the chair when we're standing, you might still kind of bring yourself into a forward position or a slouch back, or just slouching. You know what a slouch is, right? Okay. Cross. Two more. Remember what was next? Memory challenge. The twist. That question is also for myself. Can I remember what's next? If you want to be a little bit more steady here, as well as staying by the chair and holding on if you need, maybe feet slightly wider than your hips. Maybe the toes out a little bit. And as we get this roll on, you've got that option of taking a bigger arm swing back. If as you're twisting this is feeling no good in your knees, make the movement smaller. Let your heel lift and rotate so you feel the spiral through the whole body. Let's try that seatbelt grab on each side with the same arm. Grab, close. Grab, turn your head as well if you can. Keep super tall up through your body, and when you feel you're ready, go into the cross body. So the opposite arm takes the seat belt, pulls it across and plugs it in. Just do them slower and steady as you need. Don't have to go at my pace. Just trying to feel the length in your spine and a nice little swivel around it. Let's finish off after this next one. We did the side leaning movement. So holding onto the chair to begin, check your balance. Feet about hip width apart, reach one arm out and lean the ribs out on that side. And come back. And then you do the other side. So I'll demonstrate front on now. So if you are standing there and this feels completely fine for your balance and you want a challenge, try it with your feet together. Stand really tall. Lean out just as far as that feels manageable for you to keep the weight in both feet, so 2 feet at once. Reach out. You could also try adding a look to the side. So go slow and steady enough that you can really feel what's going on. You don't want any kind of surprise wobbles coming along there. Reach out. Come back up to that nice tall feeling. Let's do one more of those. What was next? This 5 sit to stand. So here I come by my chair again to finish this off. Nice and close to the chair. Hands front or beside the chair as you need. Poke your bottom back. Keep your chest lifted. And pause on the sit down and come up. That was 1. I can count to 5. That's 2. Option also to go slower or faster as you need. We're not doing these as a race exercise. Going for the quality of movement. And we're coming to the end. Thank you so much for joining for this activity today. You're welcome to repeat this video now that you've seen the sitting and the standing. Just mix it up as works for you any time along the way. If you've got less time some days, maybe just do one or two of the exercises to get you sitting up nice and tall, beautiful open chest, and feeling that zing and zest right up through the middle of your body. Thanks, and I shall see you again soon.